The Atlanta Hawks just did the unthinkable. They didn't just trade their franchise cornerstone, they gave him away for pennies on the dollar. No first round picks, no superstar return, just a pure, cold-blooded salary dump. Is Trae Young officially a damaged asset? Or did the Hawks just pull off the most desperate gamble in NBA history? Tonight, we're exposing the hidden $70 million master plan behind this deal and why the Washington Wizards might have just pulled off the heist of the century. Let's dive in. The first major domino of the season has finally fallen. Today, multiple media outlets confirmed the blockbuster news. The Atlanta Hawks have officially sent Trae Young to the Washington Wizards in exchange for CJ McCollum and Corey Kispert. As I mentioned, this is a straight-up player swap, no draft capital involved. It looks like Atlanta was so desperate to offload the burden of Trae's contract that they didn't even wait for a better offer. Now, Trae is heading to DC to be the new engine of that offense, and his partnership with Alex Sarr is going to be the main attraction for the next 2 years. But was this rushed exit a win or a total disaster for Atlanta? And just how high can this duo take the Wizards? The writing has been on the wall for this divorce long before today. Back in the offseason, when the Hawks and Trae failed to reach an agreement on an early extension, the fuse was lit. Then came this season's reality check. When Trae was out, the team went on a winning streak. The moment he returned, they started losing. Whether it's fair to blame Trae or not, the results gave the front office all the justification they needed to decide he was holding them back. The meteoric rise of Jalen Johnson accelerated everything. Jalen is putting up 23, 10, and 8 this season. His shooting, playmaking, and defense have evolved across the board. He's effectively taken the throne as the new king of the Hawks. Given his age, his physical frame, and his team-friendly contract, the Hawks see him as a much better cornerstone than Trae. At this point, Trae leaving was always a matter of when, not if. While the whole league knew Trae was on the block, nobody expected the Hawks to pull the trigger this fast or this cheap. Getting only a free 4-year-old CJ and a sweetener like Kispert without a single first-round pick feels like panic selling. CJ has been decent in D, C, averaging 18.8 points and 3.6 assists, but let's be real, those are bad team, good stats numbers. Plus, at 34, how much does he really have left in the tank? People forget Trae Young is only 27 years old. Even if he's having the worst season of his career, a lot of that is mental frustration over his contract and his diminishing role. For a 27-year-old in the era of modern sports medicine, the decline is still years away. His playmaking is still elite, and if he finds his jumper, he's still an all-star. Meanwhile, Corey Kispert doesn't add much needle-moving value here. He's averaging 9 points on 40% shooting from deep, but he was a bench piece in Washington and is constantly dealing with nagging injuries. It feels like Atlanta just wanted him gone at any cost. But NBA executives aren't stupid. There is a massive ambition hidden behind this deal. The Hawks' real price is CJ's expiring contract. By the end of this season, the combined expiring deals of CJ, Porzingis, and Kennard will clear a staggering $70 million in cap space. They are positioning themselves for a massive secondary move. Word is, after dumping Trae, they are going all in on a trade for Anthony Davis, aiming to build a twin tower defensive wall with Dyson, Daniels, and AD. Even if the AD trade falls through, they have the bag to sign another superstar. Next year's Hawks roster could be terrifying, which is why they chose cap flexibility over draft picks. If you're enjoying videos so far, hit that subscribe button. It really helps me make more videos for you. Thank you for your supporting. Now, let's look at Trae's future. Washington hasn't been a winner in a long time. They lost their competitive edge back in the late Wall Bill era, and since 2018, they've only made the playoffs once in 2021 when Westbrook willed them there. This year, they'll likely finish at the bottom of the East again. So, D. C. Isn't where Trae goes to win a ring, it's where he goes to rebuild his market value. In a low-pressure environment, Trae will have total control. With CJ gone, the ball is back in his hands. Bub Carrington and Koulibaly are wing-oriented. George and Middleton are standard forwards. The team has no other legitimate playmaker. Everything will run through Trae. For a guy who averaged 29 points in his second year, getting him 27 to 30 a night is light work if you give him the volume. Trae is a cloud star if he puts up monster numbers in D. C. The extensions will come. According to Shams, the Wizards will evaluate his health before talking extension, and Trae might wait for summer free agency. Either way, his money is safe. Can this Wizards team actually stop tanking? Beside Trae, the biggest star is the 2024 #2 pick Alex Sarr. In his second year, Sarr is developing way faster than the Hasson pick Rezactor. He's jumped to 14.7 points, 7.8 rebounds, and 2.3 blocks per game. His shooting percentage is up 11%, and he's hitting 36.6% from 3. Sarr is a two-way unicorn. He has the jumper, the self-creation, and the rim protection. On New Year's Day, he dropped 20 and 11 with 4 blocks against Giannis, including 2 huge swats on the Greek Freak in the clutch. He currently leads the league in blocks. A big who can stretch the floor and protect the paint is gold. He's younger than Mobley and stronger than Chet. Trae fries in the pick and roll, and Sarr is the perfect partner. Sarr sets screens as high as the logo, creating massive lanes for the guard. Sarr also has Jokic-like passing traits. We've seen him catch the ball and hit cutters with perfect bounce passes. Trae's signature floater game will be deadly, with Sarr's gravity rolling to the rim. Plus, Sarr's help defense will finally mask Trae's weaknesses. In Atlanta, Young never had a real defensive anchor like this. Don't overlook Marvin Bagley off the bench either. He's a former #2 pick with elite athleticism, and playing next to Trae will unlock his ability to feast on the offensive glass. Trae has better interior partners here than he ever had in Atlanta. However, Trae isn't the type of hands-on option that carries you to a championship alone. The short-term goal for Washington is just the play-in tournament. They are currently 10 to 26, 6.5 games back from the 10-seed Bulls. With half the season left, it's reachable, but I'm skeptical. Trae needs time to find his rhythm, and the chemistry won't happen overnight. This season is a trial marriage. Plus, Washington has the highest odds, 14%, for the 2026 Hasson pick. If they add another top talent next year and nail the Trae extension, this new-look Wizards team will be ready to make a real playoff push. So, who won this trade? Let me know in the comments. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.